All right, welcome everyone. Let's just jump right in and kick off this explainer with an incredibly powerful quote straight from your textbook. It says, agriculture and industry form the backbone and muscles of a nation, and transport is its nervous system. I mean, just think about that for a second, right? Without a nervous system, your muscles literally cannot move. Transport is the exact same thing. It is what brings our entire nation to life, constantly moving goods, services, and ideas from where they're made to exactly where they're needed. So today, we are diving into a highly focused geography masterclass all about India's transport and communication. Our one single goal for this explainer is to extract the absolute highest yield concepts, the key definitions, and those crucial previous year board questions from Chapter 27. We are cutting out all the fluff. We're focusing strictly on exactly what you need to know to secure maximum marks in your final public board exams. So, here is your cognitive roadmap. We've got 5 topics to help lower your exam anxiety today. 1. The physical web of roads. 2. Mega highways. 3. Port and airport gateways. 4. Mass communication. And 5. The tech trio. Let's get right into the first one. Section 1. The physical web. India's road transport network. Now, obviously, we see roads every single day, right? But for your exam, you have to remember that India is fundamentally an agricultural nation. We are a country of villages. So the really crucial point here is that roads act as absolute lifelines. They are quite literally the only way our farmers can move their agricultural produce to the markets. Plus, road transport actually acts as a feeder to railways, because think about it, without roads, those rural crops would never even make it to the trains in the first place. Okay, let's scale things up to the national level. Let's actually build a mental memory trick right now. I want you to visualize a massive 15,000-kilometer golden diamond right on the map of India. This is the Golden Quadrilateral. It seamlessly connects our 4 megacities, from Delhi down to Mumbai, across to Chennai, up to Kolkata, and then right back to Delhi. Lock that diamond shape in your mind. And right along with that diamond, we have a giant cross on the map. These are the corridor highways. Listen, examiners absolutely love dropping these as one-mark map or fill-in-the-blank questions. So you need to memorize these exact points. The north-south corridor runs from Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir all the way down to Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. And the east-west corridor, that runs from Silchar in Assam all the way across to Porbandar in Gujarat. Okay, red flag alert, everyone. Seriously, heavily flag this in your notes. This exact question, what are the problems of road transport in India, this actually appeared in the 2020 board paper for 3 solid marks. To grab those marks, you just need to remember these specific points. First, village roads become totally unfit in the rainy season. Second, vehicles cause massive environmental pollution and huge traffic jams. Third, roads suffer severe damage from floods and cyclones every single year. And finally, the construction and management of these highways are often pretty inadequate. Just memorize those 4 points, and honestly, you've got those marks in the back. Section 2, the gateways, major ports and airports. Transitioning smoothly over to our coastlines now, I need you to listen closely because here is a super common student mistake. Examiners love to trick you on multiple choice questions here. Do not mix up the ports. Mumbai is the gateway of India, while New Mangaluru is the gateway of Karnataka. And here's the really big one. Chennai is the oldest artificial port, but Visakhapatnam is the deepest natural port. Make sure you clearly separate oldest artificial from deepest natural in your head right now. Don't fall for that trap. And this actually brilliantly illustrates a classic reasoning question you might face on the exam. They might ask, why was the Nhava Sheva port, which is now known as the Jawaharlal Nehru port, why was it actually built? Well, the answer is incredibly simple and highly testable. It was built specifically to release the massive traffic pressure and congestion on the Mumbai port. That's it. Moving up to the skies, our international airports are managed by the Airport Authority of India, or the AAI. Definitely note down that establishment year for your 1 markers, 1955. Key hubs include the Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru and the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. And beautifully tying this whole explainer together, remember that the Golden Quadrilateral Highway we just talked about seamlessly links all of these major international hubs. Section 3. The invisible network. The power of communication. So, shifting gears from our physical gateways to the invisible networks, we first need to clearly define what mass communication actually is. We want to make sure you don't confuse it with personal communication, which is like, writing a letter or making a phone call to a friend. Mass communication is specifically defined as the method of reaching a large number of people at the exact same time. Think of things like newspapers, the radio, and television. Now, if the examiners ask you for the importance of communication for a long answer question, you just need to summarize these high-scoring keywords. Ready? Awareness. It helps people learn about important government policies. Trade. It's a fundamental requirement to boost commerce. And national integration. Mass media is utilized to strengthen unity and stability all across our vast country. Stick to those keywords. Section 4, the tech trio: GIS, GPS, and remote sensing. Okay, so these three acronyms, they are honestly the most abstract part of the chapter, and frankly, the biggest trap for lost marks. Students are constantly mixing up their definitions, so we are going to use a mental whiteboard breakdown to separate them clearly right now so you do not fall into that trap on test A. Let's start with remote sensing. Imagine a blank whiteboard in your mind. I want you to draw a satellite way up in space. It's looking down, and it's snapping these super high-resolution aerial photos of floods or thick forests. But notice, it is never physically touching the Earth. That is exactly what remote sensing is, gathering information about distant things without physically touching the objects. Now, the uses of remote sensing is a highly frequent direct question. To memorize this fast, just think of the phrase calamities and resources. It's used to study natural calamities, like typhoons, cyclonic storms, and floods, and it's used to analyze natural resources, like forest areas, water bodies, and crop distribution. Calamities and resources. Next up on our mental whiteboard is GPS, or the Global Positioning System. Just imagine your mobile phone sending a quick ping all the way up to more than 20 different satellites orbiting the Earth just to find your exact spot on the map so you can hail a cab. GPS calculates your exact latitude, longitude, and your height above sea level, and that is exactly why it's perfectly called the Pathfinder. And hey, here is a fantastic piece of exam trivia that examiners absolutely love to test. Did you know India doesn't actually just rely on the USA's GPS system? It's true. Because of national security, India has launched its very own regional and independent GPS system, and it is powered by 7 of our own satellites. This homegrown system is named NAVIC. Definitely remember that name for your exam, NAVIC. Finally, let's look at GIS, or the Geographical Information System. Imagine sitting at a computer and stacking transparent maps right on top of each other. So you have one transparent map showing rivers, then you overlap another map showing roads, and maybe a third map showing crop soils. You overlap them all on a computer screen so you can analyze them all at once. That entire computer-based system used to collect, overlap, and modify the Earth's surface data, that is GIS. And wow, that brings us to the end of our masterclass. But before we wrap up, let's lock in your memory with the rapid-fire test. Ask yourself right now, can you name the problems of road transport from that 2020 board paper? Remember our keywords: the rain, traffic, floods, and management. And what about the ports? Which port was the deepest natural port? If you shouted Vishakhapatnam, you are absolutely right. You are now fully prepped with the highest yield facts to totally dominate this chapter. But before you go, think back to our very first slide. Transport is the nervous system of our nation. As India rapidly upgrades to bullet trains, drone deliveries, and 6G networks, how will this nervous system evolve by the time you graduate? Keep observing the world around you, stay super confident for your exams, and I'll see you in the next explainer.